Hey everybody, welcome back. So I am doing a Dotty About Flair challenge this week. And the challenge is from Kathy, and you needed to use a pattern paper background, a mix of old and new supplies, a border strip, an envelope of any kind, and I'm forgetting the last one, paper alphas. So the things that I used, I showed you in the beginning. I have a brand new Heidi Swap stamp set that also happens to have an a envelope on it. So I used that. And then I showed you the sticker sheets that I was going to use are from 2009 and 2012. So I would say those are pretty old. um, I am scrapbooking using mainly Vicky Bouton's Storyteller. Love this collection. I don't have a whole lot of it left, but I am using this up. And I'm telling the story of when my daughter had her wisdom teeth taken out and she fell asleep because of the drugs on the couch. And Ploof, our big Maine Coon cat, fell asleep right next to her. So I am calling this Catnap. And that is the story that I'm telling right now. So you'll see that I've already used my pattern paper background. I'm going to use that beautiful rainbow. And then I am pulling out the Heidi Swap stamp set to do the envelope. The envelope is then going to be full with flowers. Now, this particular stamp set, that's kind of what Heidi Swap intended. There's a lot of different things that you can use to fill up with flowers. So I'm just going to use the envelope. Now, it is a little, just a little bit of embellishment there in the corner. So that's going to be my embellishment for this layout. And you'll see what I did is I took my Distress Oxide swatch page that I made, and I pulled it out and I picked some colors that I thought went with this line. So for the green, I'm using Evergreen Bough. For the blue, I'm using Tumbled Glass. For the burgundy, I'm using Aged Mahogany. And then I threw in some fossilized amber to get some of that yellow. So I'm just using those for the different colors of the flowers and just kind of putting them all around, picking different flowers. It is, I'm going to show you an up close at the end. It really looks cool when you see it on the page. It's just kind of a fun addition. So I have a feeling I'll be doing this more and more with this flower set. I really need to play around with it a little bit more, just kind of get the feel of what it ends up looking like. So I have put all of those back. Now I'm looking for a sentiment, and unfortunately, the sentiments on that particular set were more for cards. They don't really didn't work for my particular thing. So then I went to a couple of the other sets of Heidi Swap stamps that I've gotten, and I found one that said "You are my sunshine." So I'm going to use that on the bottom there just to have a little sentiment on the bottom of the page. I'm really trying to use my stamps more on my pages. I have so many stamps and I have a tendency not to use them. So I have done that and now I've got that part of the page built. So at this point, I have used a pattern paper background, I have the envelope. So now what I need are border stickers or border pieces and pattern paper alphas. So this is one of my oldest collections, so this also fills into the vibe of the oldest collection, and you can tell it's old because it doesn't even stick on the page. And I'm using 3 of the border strips from this particular collection, and I'm just going to use it to make a little shelf for my photo to sit on. It's a good way if you have a pattern paper kind of like this one where there isn't an obvious place to put a photo. There's not a grid, and you can just put it in the middle. That works perfectly. But if you're like me, you like to have a little more symmetry. And I am using those borders to have a shelf. Now I am going to create a couple of clusters. I'm using one of my Dotty About Flair cat faces because this is going to be catnap. And then I'm using this older set and I am just using it up. I am found that tab that said friends. Now I'm having to add glue behind a lot of these. These have been in my stash. I think this was the 2009. So it's been around a while. So just bear that in mind. When you keep stickers for as long as I did on these, you're going to end up having to glue them down again. So for my paper alpha, I am using this lovely set, and I think this was also an Echo Park set from 2015 maybe. And I'm going to spell it catnap using two different alpha tiles. So this is kind of the core of the page. Now I'm just going through these old sticker sheets, and I really, I haven't pulled these out in a long time, and I really appreciate the fact that this challenge made me go and pull out these sticker sheets to find them. And almost everything from here is from those sticker sheets. The arrows, the hearts, the journaling box even, all of it just came from that sticker sheet. So go through your stash and pull out those older collections and see if there's something that you wish you had used. I do have some of the Vicky Bouton stickers from different collections, 3 or 4 different collections, and I kind of just put them all together and I pull them out whenever I use a Vicky Bouton paper and try to use them up. These also don't stick that great, so I end up putting glue behind them as well. I'm not sure what the difference is, but some of them are just not meant to stick. I don't remember. That says life is a collection of moments. So I'm ending up just kind of making all of this work. Now, it is not heavy mixed media. It is not heavily embellished, but it ends up, when you see the final product, it's one of my favorite pages I've done in a while. And I think it's because of that. It's because it's not heavily embellished and because it really is kind of more my style, which is paper and word heavy. I did find that envelope and I thought, oh, if I had known I had that, I wouldn't have had to get the stamp out. But it didn't really work. So I'm happy that I have that envelope there at the bottom with the little florals. That is all of the Vicky Bouton embellishments you can't really see there that I went through, and I ended up not liking any of them. So now I'm going to just write the journaling. I am using a slick writer because this old sticker journaling box is a slick material. I did find one of the heart die cuts. I think that was actually a cut file. And now I'm pulling out just some kind of enamel dots and some chipboard hearts just to kind of close out the page. And these hearts, I believe, are from a Allie Edwards story collection kit from at one point or time that I had. And these enamel dots, I have absolutely no idea where I got them from. They're kind of gold and sparkly, and they went with this page because it's kind of a muted tone. And I am going to scrap backwards also, which is another one of Kathy's page ideas, and finish that whole set of enamel dots, sparkly enamel dots. And I was super excited. So this is basically how the page is going to end. I'm going to top it off with a little bit of glitter or spray. I'm going to use one of the Tim Holtz from Halloween, which I think was like Flaming Candle. I love these mica sprays that he came out with. And then there's a rose gold one that I believe is a scrapbook.com brand maybe that I'm going to use, and then I'll finish it with saltwater taffy. Saltwater taffy is a perfect kind of peachy pink that's going to pull some of those colors out from this. I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Go over to Daddy About Flair and check out some of their challenges. There's challenges for all of the design team for 2021 that you can go and look at. This one, like I said, this one is Kathy's. So here's the close-up of my stamp and my title, and here's the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.